Hello, everybody. Welcome to Deluth. We've been away for a bit, but we're back. We have a very interesting scene for you today. This is going to be a fostering challenge, or at least set in the realms of that. Before we go into such details, we start off within the Trimminson clan household. Do you know she's been laying there some of the night smoking away? It's been a rough haul for everyone. But she gets this interesting little knock on the door. It's so light. It's like almost a ghost has passed through the hole, but you just hear the boom, 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 boom on her door, slowly.
Juno, kind of lying in that cot, to say the least. The kind of raises her head from the pillow, lying on her back, arms one arm underneath it, supporting her head, the other basically ferrying the flurry of cigarettes constantly to her mouth. A small pile in the ashtray growing larger and larger as the time passes, but eventually she smokes the last one down and puts the nub out. As she swivels off the bed, already pulls another one out the packet and puts it in her mouth and begins to light it. Does she just kind of wasted looking at the door, waiting to hear that noise again, just to make sure she did hear it properly?
It's an awkward doom, 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 doom.
I'm kind of confirming her suspicion that, I'm not fucking hearing things. She'll dragging the cigarette as she's walking over, just kind of open the door.
Standing there, dripping cold. Freya.
I'm like dripping cold, like wet, or
Yeah, her hair's matted and wet.
and this is to Juno's bedroom, right?
Yep.
And she kind of almost goes eyes wide, and she reach out to kind of like offer a hand to her, almost just instinctively.
Her head just kind of stares at the hands that come in out towards her, almost as if she's like, what is that? You know what I mean? But she kind of just stares at you and then eventually just slides the hand in your hand, and it's cold and shaky. Bit wet, but not as wet as her hair.
She'll, kind of just lead her into the room, leaving the door open, so there's light coming in, this kind of sense of, this is not an enclosed space. And she'll just lead her over to the bed, just like, you sit down here. There we go. And she'll go down like crouching down in front of her, so she's below her level. Freya, everything all right?
Looks up, stares at you slowly and blinks. Juno.
Smiled a little bit. Yeah, I'm here. Came knocking on my door. You've been outside, or? And then look, kind of that she's in, and she's in a controlled area, so to say. The kind of eyes narrow towards like looking up and down, like her matted hair.
Yeah, you can tell. You can see outside as well through your window. It's the early morning rain as well. You can tell. I gotta skip this. She's been wandering.
Is everything all right? Did you go out?
Stares slowly, softly. Juno.
And she just nods and that pursed smile as she just kind of thumbs the back of her hand very lightly. And she'll stand up and get a towel out at least.
You do. She just stands there.
She'll. Is she standing or sitting?
She just stands there kind of awkwardly, like she's places her hands together and just stands there, not looking at the windows, if you get me.
Oh yeah,
But kind
she
of,
like it's kind of the walks to the window, draws the curtains, like nope, not having that again.
yeah, but basically she kind of just stands there like an awkward kind of pillar in the middle of the room, essentially.
She'll kind of offer her the towel rather than try and put it on her.
Takes it slowly, creases it in her hands, and just slowly reaches up and just, it's with the lightest of touches, like 1, 2, 3, just seems to be touching her hair.
Last thing we want is for you to get ill. Oh, it's cold.
Juno.
Yeah, right here.
Just brushes the hair with the towel very softly.
Do you no, are her clothes wet through as well?
Not really. It's more the hair. They're a bit. You can see a bit of damp and drizzle, but no, it's just her hair. I mean, you'd figured they're probably dried, but you could imagine they're very damp.
Yeah, so
They're not
she
like completely soaked to the skin, essentially. But you imagine there's a lot of dampness.
yeah. And she just kind of like looks her up and down. It's like, all right, you wait. Just wait here, Freya. I'll just get you a change of clothes, all right?
Juno says as she reaches out the hand and touches your face.
She stops. Kind of stares.
Juno.
She'll bring her hand up and kind of touch Freya's hands, touching the side of her face, and
It's like it's so fucking cold.
yeah, she just wraps her thumb around hers and slowly nods. Yeah. Right here.
Mm.
You're all right. You're all right. You're with me.
Felix.
Felix?
Felix.
What about him?
Felix.
Do I know where Felix is?
Nope.
He's
I can. Oh yeah, you would know that Felix has been talking to Lena a lot. He's been avoiding everybody, but he goes to see Lena only.
he's over at Lena's, I think.
Mom?
Also at Lena's, I think.
Mom.
Hey, it's all right. Relax.
She doesn't
Yeah.
seem panicked. She just seems to resign herself. And when she says, goes, Mom. Just continues brushing her hair then with the towel.
Mom's over at Lena's. Probably still asleep at this time.
Slow brushing of the hair.
She just kind of stands there awkwardly, just watching her, just looking for the kind of like, don't, please, just don't start doing anything. Just keep, just to kind of reassuring herself more than anything else. Has Felix been to see you?
Felix says in it. There is some positive note. It's the same way she says your name.
That's good at least. And right.
Nisha. You'd swear that was a smile. But God, that looked like a fucking grimace.
Good.
Nisha.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he'll be here after his walk. Every day, 8 o'clock. Want to make sure you're all right for him, though.
Nisha. She just echoes you.
Because we don't want you walking around in damp clothes, and I don't think he'd want that either now, would he?
She sits slowly down in the bed. She's just drying her hair. Again, her movements are so slow and ghost-like. You know, she sits down.
She nods. So just wait here a second, alright? I'll be back in a minute. Do you want anything?
Doesn't answer, just keeps brushing her hair.
Takes that as a no. And, will I kind of steadily walk out, still kind of keeping an eye on Freya. She does.
She sits there kind of quite silently, you know, just through. It's a very slow process, you know what I mean? Freya has a lot of fucking hair.
Oh, yeah, totally. But Jane's just kind of like, yeah, she's not doing anything. All right, still not. Yep.
Again, it's when you look at her and that right side of her face is so angelic, and you know what I mean. That was the appearance for face.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's when she slowly turns her head to look at you. It's that scar. You just can't help but feel. Oh, do you know what I mean?
It kind of as she looks at you, the shiver down the spine. The muscles kind of tense up a little bit and relax, just that little. Yeah, and she'll walk out and just go to Freya's room and pick up a few, some clean clothes that are dry.
You do. Again, Freya's clothes are always so fucking bouncy, stylish. You know what I mean? Essentially, it's the very echo of the old Freya. Essentially,
She comes back in with something comfortable to a point because she'll sit them beside her on the bed, and then again crouch down in front of her, looking up.
stairs.
I got you some new clothes. Do you need any help with that or not?
She puts down the towel and just extends her hands towards Juno.
So kind of what, lift me up kind of thing, or?
Give me a perception empathy.
Oh God, here we go. Two.
Yeah. it's the way she extends her hand that's like you get the impression that she will need that. You know, it's almost as if she's a bit too frail.
Yeah. You know, she kind of extends her hands out. She'll stand up and very gently kind of wrap her hands in hers, letting her take the grip,
She does.
and just slowly ease her up onto her feet.
She slowly kind of just like, up we get, and we're up.
All right, and do you need me to help to take these off, or can you do that?
Again, with 2 successes, yes, she does.
Do you need help?
Yeah, I'll give you
All
that.
right.
With 2 successes, you definitely get the impression she's asking you for help.
Yep, not a problem. Juno gets to it. You know, she'll, depending on what you're doing, will slowly, very carefully, try not to, especially with the whatever jumper, t-shirt, whatever the fuck she's wearing. You know, kind of lifting it over the arms, but when it gets to the head, she kind of waits for her okay, because she knows she doesn't really want the sudden block of eyesight could do anything. The kind of pulling it straight off over her head will the thought of Juno, she's not stupid. It's kind of like I don't want to make her feel like she's enclosed somewhere.
Oh, she just kind of slowly. I think you get again. I'll give you based off this the percent sure you got. You get the impression as long as you are holding on to her, she good.
All right, so yeah, she does that. That even does help her like unbutton a few things just from the ship. Yeah, the frail grip, not even being able to push the buttons through the denim on the jeans and such like that. Yeah, she helps her, and then we'll help her in return get dressed as well.
When you eventually get it off, you can't help yourself, Juno. Jesus Christ, her ribs. That scar on her rib, you kind of take a step back. You know what I mean? Because you kind of you see the full extent. Because if you get me, this is the first time Freya has changed really out of some of the clothes that she was put in. And it's kind of been a slow process, but you take off the whole thing. You kind of have to because it's so damp.
Yeah.
And
yeah, she. Can I take a reach for that?
More than certainly.
Yeah, because I assume these is probably the extent of what Juno's look like.
Kind of, yes, except far more. It's like someone was deliberately being that jagged, if you get me. Yours are more, you can tell the difference between yours, because yours are pure rage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these are...
This is sadism, you know?
And she grits her teeth as she gets a full view of them, but, you know, she does that forcing everything back down. And she'll just place very gently the clothes on an empty chair or something. It's not trying not to look at it, but kind of keeping eyes up. Because looking down at that will just piss her off, and she knows it will piss her off, and that's the last thing she wants in front of Freya, especially right now. And she will again begin helping her dress herself.
You slowly do it again. It's a slow process, you know.
Yeah. She's not rushing by any means. She's going at Freya's pace. She sets the pace. Juno helps. That's all it is.
And eventually, you slowly get it on. Again, she kind of just stands there. There's not as much marks on her legs. More looks like bruises and bashes, if you get me. It's mainly around the back and the ribs.
Mm.
But you can see some of the bruises are starting to heal, but God, Jesus, she looks beaten. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she's finally dressed. She'll just kind of... The very gentle rub of the top of the forearms, the top of the arms even. It's like, yeah, there you go. That's better.
Juno.
Hmm?
Juno.
And the kind of half smile. Still here? Just about. Do you want a drink?
Doesn't respond.
Kind of like the. Oh, right, okay. Awkward look around the room. And what time is it exactly in the morning?
About 7 o'clock in the morning. You reckon by the way Freya was wandering around Dam, she's been up since 5.
Jesus. Yeah, and she'll look at her again, smile a bit. Do you want to stay in here? Or do you want to go sit downstairs?
She starts walking out the room very softly. Her feet, like she doesn't wear any socks or shoes. Her feet kind of just pop pitter patter against as she's walking.
Do you know if Freya let her hold on to her hand, just kind of not leading her, but steadying her?
Oh yeah, no, she walks again slow. Like you get the impression a lot has had to be in heels, so her body is essentially getting used to it again.
Hmm. Yeah, she'll be the post for Freya to steady herself on. She leads her down the stairs and probably into the living room into something comfy like the sofa or what's left of the sofa anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
She'll just very gently sit her down.
Juno.
Freya sits down next to her. This place is a mess. Everything's a fucking mess.
Freya.
Kind of just looks at her, raises an eyebrow. The kind of the quirk rather than the what? The little half smile.
Freya. And your lips start to shake a bit under, like the bottom lip starts to tremble a bit.
She kind of put her hand gently on her knee and just kind of again thumbing it a bit just to it's kind of relax her some. Hey, it's alright.
Freya.
You're alright.
More like you see, like out of her good-eyed tears do start to slide down.
Hey, Freya. You're alright. Yeah? You're here with me. Medley, the house could he's better decorator. Looks to the door that's still smashed through. But everything's alright. A few bumps and bruises. For both of us. For all of us.
But Emma
She's not here.
looks out the broken door.
She's not here. She's long gone. No, that was somebody else.
Julian.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't know if it was him or Cassie that went through the door, but
Cassie.
it was Cassie.
Cassie. Nods. Which is, for Juno, she registered exactly what you were saying.
She smiles. Yeah. She's a little beat up too, but she's all right. Seeing you didn't get hurt anymore. It's the main thing.
Lena.
Lena, she helped out.
Then just rapid nodding.
She's a little frustrated at a few things.
Again, rapid nodding.
Yeah. It's complicated. I would turn around and say it's my fault, but you know what? I don't even care anymore. It doesn't matter. Should be getting the door fixed soon, though.
Just nods.
If we're lucky, you might even be able to get you a new chair outside. A comfy one. Maybe a rocking chair.
You are... Closes her eyes and tears streak down her face when she starts to speak further again.
Hey, what's up? What's wrong?
You are me. Shakes.
Kind of looks, raises an eyebrow, still smiling, like, hey, there's progress. And she smiles a bit. No.
Again, she's shaking and shaking and shaking the more she tries to say it.
She, Ginny will take one of, if she lets her, again, she lets her, takes one of the hands, is kind of rubbing it softly. I am you?
Okay. Alright, Noni. Let's see how we're doing. So far, she's been doing really well on these rolls.
This is not the time to stop failing them.
May not know, but we'll see. She's been doing well.
Hmm. Fuck.
Freya, the Ice Queen, takes a long breath. You are me. The scar does a faint glow of the blood underneath. It seems to almost just like the blood just passed through her face, and one of the bits of blood comes out the side of one of the mouths.
And she'll, just kind of reach over. I'm assuming they probably have like a cloth or something around.
Yeah.
She'll
Oh, yeah.
Very pick it up, like wrap it around the finger a little bit, very gently, making sure Freya sees all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Very gently, just kind of dab along it, just to wipe it off.
You do it. She does wince but doesn't move away. You imagine it's because, well, the fucking scar is sore. You know what I mean?
It's still pretty fresh. It's deep, and this thing is not going to be comfortable for a long while. And she dabs it away and makes sure everything's wiped clean. She just kind of wipes the bottom of her jaw a little bit just to make sure I am you.
Rapid nodding. Shaking. With again, perception empathy.
Alright, I'll roll that shit. Oh, that's 3.
That's fear. Terror. That's fear, terror, and dread all at once.
She still keeping the smile, but this, I mean, she could tell the look of concern that goes over her face as she kind of spots all of that. I'm not 100% on what you mean, Freya. I'm not, but
You. Again, her voice seems so strained. Are me.
she kind of gently, not squeezes, but kind of the kind of reassuring, like little tension, I guess.
Okay. Now, this is where the interesting part comes in. 'Cause so far, she's been fucking absolutely champing most of these rolls. Fucking 2 to 3 successes each time. This is a higher diff because it's just triggered something.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. When you go to squeeze her hand, again, after you've been touching her and it's when she says that you are me and looks at you right in the eyes. Oh God, she breaks down. And starts backing away and like scrambling like a spider, essentially. Suddenly she can move fast.
And she, the smile is, it's almost wiped straight off her face. It's almost the sheer look of, oh God, as Freya scrambled, like as she scrambles across the room to get away from Juno.
She basically fell off the couch and is backpedaling. Like, you know the way you're kind of scrambling to reach for something, and you're moving backwards on basically on your bollocks. You know what I mean? As you're moving back,
Yeah,
it's kind of that.
It's kind of like the look of, oh dear God, no. As she, even like Freya can see it, she's just like the heart. It's just like she's just slashed at Juno's heart when she did that.
Like Freya's eyes, you reckon with that, she's not even she's not in the room with you.
No.
She's looking at something very, very different. She's pedaling backwards.
She just nods.
Like pins up against the wall.
She looks at, what time is it?
I would say it's about 6 now. No, sorry, it was 7. It's about 8 o'clock now. Sorry. Yeah.
And she just nods. She'll stand up very slowly, just kind of, arms out, like not so she can see the hands. I'm sorry, Freya.
Rapid crying. Like it's almost like she can't find the door, so she's digging into the wall with her nails.
And Juno just walks out.
And you can hear, I mean, she's screaming.
Yeah, and she'll just kind of stand there, not in the doorway, but out the way of the doorway, so at least she could hopefully find a way out. She'll stand there in the kitchen, leaning against one of the walls.
You hear your name being screamed. Your mom's name, Felix's name, Rides' name.
I mean, if she screams her name, she will come back in.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
there's
no, it's like a
absolute.
fucking. It's the most horrific thing. It's
Yeah,
like
there's
sounds like someone's dying. You know what I mean?
yeah, the hearing of her name, she comes back in and slides onto her knees in front of her.
Like she's pawing and scratching. It's some sort of invisible force, essentially. You know what I mean? When you come in.
And she's straight down on her knees in front of her, and she'll not kind of if she'll not even if she'll let her, but it's the case of she wants to make sure she can protect the head. You know, I assume if she's thrashing around, so she doesn't
Yeah.
want anything to hit her head, so she's kind of like she'll take any punts, kicks,
Yeah,
scratches, or anything.
I would say you take maybe like 2 levels of bashing because you get knocked and scratched and you know what I mean. It's
Like I should.
desperate. You can try soak it. It's just you know what I mean. You kind of get backed around it essentially.
Oh yeah. Oh, so good. 'Cause, yeah, you know, so she gets a good kick in the ribs and a few like that, but she mainly just kind of puts her hand behind the back of her neck just to support her head so it doesn't fall backwards and bash your head on anything or anything like that.
When you grab the back of her head, she almost freezes in place and kind of just drops like a plank. But you can see she's kind of rapid breathing essentially.
And she doesn't grab it, you know, just kind of cups the back of her skull.
Oh yeah, no, I imagine.
But she as she kind of goes plank, you know, just drops everything. The muscles relax. She'll just kind of not hard, but it's very softly, just kind of stroke the back of her head.
Oh no. Okay, Freya. Okay, buddy. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. Okay. She's back to normal. Well, not back to normal, but again, there's a shiver when you do that. Like she shudders. But she doesn't react violently, but she shudders and it's just this rapid breathing. In fact, Junior, you've seen this in some animals when you've hunted some. It's that waiting to die, essentially.
And all right, so as you know, she's kind of stopped, and Juno recognizes this. It's the kind of waiting to die. She's gonna try. I mean, she hasn't got a fucking clue what she's doing, but she's gonna try one last thing. Just maybe it might work. Back when they were kids, did I'm assuming Ajax used to, probably sing them little songs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna try one of them. Very
Okay.
softly, just singing it.
Charisma, performance. Don't forget your pure breed.
Oh, Pure Breed comes in.
Yeah, when you're interacting with kin, pure breed comes in.
Oh, damn. This isn't an awful dice pool anymore.
Yeah, pure breed comes in when you're interacting with kin because they would be affected by pure breed.
2 successes.
Yeah, you start humming out one of your father's old songs that he used to sing wandering around, and it lightens her softly. She just kind of dips her head against the floor and just kind of stares out, or like again, belly on the ground and kind of with her head to the side as you're stroking the back of her head. Just the breathing does lessen.
Yeah, no, she will continue that for a good while. She is not fucking moving anywhere.
Eventually, Rides and Lena emerge at the house and see what's happening. They kind of Rides has a concerned look, and then it kind of looks at you first, kind of assess the situation essentially.
No, still humming, and it's kind of just stroking the back of her head as she's lying down on the floor. She just kind of gives her the look of, you could probably guess what happened.
Just say, you need to go to the Sept. They're looking for you.
She stopped.
We'll take care of her.
Who's looking for me?
Maria is.
Raises an eyebrow.
Your aunt. It's time.
She nods.
for your fostering challenge. They have your candidate.
All right. You want to? He kind of looks down to Freya. Take over.
Just nods and awkwardly slides in beside you, essentially.
And she gets up, steps around the side, like walking to the far edges of the room, just to not startle Freya at all. And just kind of, this heavily just rubs her face, like, and rubbing the eyes and everything. All right. I'll be back later. She'll just give a nod to Rides.
Rides rubs his beard, nods at you, and he immediately goes to make tea and food. You know what I mean? He's essentially he's already on the move. Essentially, do you know what I mean?
And she'll grabbing the pack of cigarettes, pocketing them. She'll begin to walk out of the broken door.
You can hear Lena's soft, very powerful, angelic voice just hum softly.
Yeah, and as soon as she's out on that board, she pulls one out straight away, straight in her mouth, lights it. And even just the shaky hand as she pulls it away from her lips, just blows it out, a long, exasperated breath. But she'll begin walking.
Eventually, you make your way to the heart of the cairn, and standing there is your aunt.
And she'll make her way up to her. And as she becomes in polite range, is she on her own, first of all?
Yes.
As she comes into polite range, she'll drop to her knees and roll her head back.
Juno?
Raya?
How is my niece doing? I heard she was wounded.
Making progress.
Nods. She was always strong. She will return to us eventually.
With a lot of time and a lot of care, Raya. I would like to hope so.
With that, I trust you are doing a fine job. I shall be visiting her soon.
Still lying, kind of kneeling down on the ground, just nods the head a bit.
Well, you shall be staying with us for a while. One of my ragabashes you shall be receiving your challenge off of. I came to collect you personally. Since we're family and all.
I'm honored, Raya.
Nods, again, cold fucking eyes. You know what I mean? Colder than yours or Lena's could ever be. Wonderful. Shall we get moving?
Of course, Raya.
She just nods and begins to walk off again. People part when she comes out of the way, man. There's a definite presence. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and as she kind of turns, takes those few 3 steps, Juno will eventually then stand up. And she'll begin to follow her.
You begin to follow her out of the set. People look at you as you're walking by, and she just keeps walking. You follow on, and she shifts down to Lupus and begins patting him. Assuming you follow her, essentially.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're pacing for a couple of about 2 hours in silence. Like, you know what I mean? And eventually you come onto what looks coming through the hills, and you've been here before. You definitely have been here before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
she's been here before.
but this, you realize how further away the cairn you really were. This looks spread out. There's individual huts. It looks far more better organized. It essentially looks like an outpost. You know what I mean? And you get the strong waft of Fenrir. Like you pass runic markings in the trees and everything with, like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
This this is it. You can even feel it radiating that quiet power of a cairn. Low, but it's there.
Yeah, and those few cursory glances, she's looking, kind of analyzing the huts where they are. Well, I know that kind of waft, that humming Fenrir presence, just the sheer amount of presence that they have here.
You can see, like, even looking at the warriors there, these look battle hardened. You know what I mean? It's the eyes. You know, they've seen a lot of combat.
She will continue to follow Maria.
And she stands up in the center and naturally goes back into Hamid and just announces her voice. It seems to just echo. Everyone, welcome to the forefront. My sister, who is here for her fostering challenge and will be assisting us until such time our challenge is done. Juno Trimbenson, known to you all as the Blood Call. Cleith, Ragabash, Fenrir. All the warriors just, like, I mean, they turn and fucking look at you.
And she stands there, like iron. The cold. She looks around a little bit. The few cursory glances. And the full Fenrir mode on is they get the cold stare from the Trimbusan stare.
You. This woman looks at you. This guy looks at you again. Fucking 1,000-yard stares, man. You're kind of intimidated a bit because, yes, your stare is intense, but my God, Jesus, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, these are the Fenrir you hear about. You know what I mean? Just by the look, like, you know who your aunt is. She only picks the most intense for her army. So do you say anything, or do you kind of?
I mean, does she know to say anything?
You can't say anything. People don't mind. You know, it's not exactly like a rude thing, if you get what I'm saying.
But is it a rude thing not to say anything?
It depends on you. It depends on what impression you want to leave. You get the impression. Sometimes silence works well. Sometimes voice works well. It all depends on what you want them to perceive you as.
She just looks around. Yeah, not there. As she looks around, not leaving time for the awkward pause, so to say. What is this called again? Fuck. This is the Wolf's Maw, right?
Yeah.
And she'll just look around at them and she'll turn back to Maria.
Rest up, and you'll find the Ragabash Cold Harbor. He is the one you must speak to. I shall be here. Pats her on the shoulder and just walks. And everyone show her the finest of hospitalities. She's family. She just walks through the small crowd and begins to head to a hut right at the end. You know what I mean?
Mm. And yeah, Juno's kind of left in the middle. She'll watch Maria walk off. Just kind of like there's just the sheer presence that you can't not look at it. It's like damn. But kind of the cursory blinking, and she looks around again. Is everyone still kind of staring at her?
Some are, and then some go back to, what they're doing. One is eating by a fire. The other two are sharpening weapons. The woman with the fucking jacket scar on her face just seems to just turn and begin to just you know what I mean? But these two are definitely staring at you, and he is eye fucking you.
All right, and is there any? First of all, I ain't got a fucking clue what to do. So, is there any like clear place, like water buckets or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like
You
that?
see some king going around and placing down water buckets, you know what I mean, helping with stoke the fires, bringing meat out and everything as well.
So she'll just kind of after a 2-hour run, that's nothing to just forget about. She will kind of make her way over to one of them and just get a drink, real quick, probably a cup of water or something, or anything really that they'll give to her.
Oh yeah, no, kin are more than happy to give you water, some meat. It's whatever you want, really. They have limited resources, but they give you kind of like a decent selection for you to eat and drink.
Yeah, she'll take water, and just probably a chunk of bread, just for something, because she hasn't moved in a while, eaten in a while. Sorry. And would you like me to roll for that?
No, they cleanse this food.
And she takes a few bites and downs the water, and even those that are eye fucking her, they'll see the kind of tension in the muscles as the stomach does. It still cramps either way, even if it is cleansed. Just the sheer the fact there's things inside it now, and it twists and turns. She grits her teeth a little bit, but thanks the kin all the same.
Kin's nod respectively. And what you do know?
What was I told to do again?
Talk to Cold Harbor, the Ragabash.
She has no idea what that is, does she?
But there are kin there.
Oh yeah, but she doesn't know. He has no idea, right?
No. Maria was a dick and didn't give you pointed out who he was.
Wonderful. So she'll ask the kid.
They'll happily point. They point you to the guy sitting down with the big, long ginger beard, a cloud of smoke puffing out, and sitting by one of the fires, essentially. The big, heavy leather biker jacket.
All right. Well, she'll thank him again. She'll make her way over to the guy that's eye fucking the living shit out of her.
Stares at her, as you're walking over. You know what I mean? You can see in the distance, you do see a Harley. You know what I mean? Parked up.
Mm-hmm.
It looks old, probably 1970s type one. The real like me guzzler.
Yeah.
He just stares at you as you walk up. You just see a puff of smoke again come out of his mouth.
And obviously, assuming that she will give him the respectful nod and roll her head back.
You must be Juno then.
Yes, right.
Stands up. Again, ripped jeans, boots. You know what I mean? Looks every bit the part as he cracks his back out. A wee little Ragabash come to challenge me.
Still with the neck fully on show, that doesn't really, just kind of looks at him, looks scans the jacket down to the boots and kind of just keeps eyes leveled at his chest.
Rugged. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
has
Oh
seen a
yeah.
lot of wear and tear.
Just again, just the side nod of yes, Ryan.
Well then, finally got you out of the sept, eh? Finally got you in the real world.
It's been a long time, Ryan.
I suspect as he reaches over and like it's the way he touches your neck, you almost feel like you kind of can't breathe for a second. There's just this, boom, you know.
And it's the shock of the muscles contracting in her neck.
Begins to turn and walk towards his Harley. You get the impression you're to follow.
Oh, and she does.
And you do. And he sits there again, kneels down in front of it, and just begins to basically cycle, open the cylinders, check the fuel lodges, and look over. So, I want you to become a foster. You know, I personally asked for you for that.
And why is that, Ryan?
Too soft.
If that's what you think, Ryan.
Oh, it's what I know. Stands up. Again, powerful, but powerfully built. You see, out there in the sept, you've got the niceties. You've got the home. Yeah, I can see you've had a few battles, all right. Oh, you got a few belts. Things that makes you tough. But you don't have it yet. It's not in there.
Just nods. I agree.
Watches her.
It's an interesting analysis, Ryan.
Oh, well, you haven't embraced the life yet.
Apologies, but I'm not exactly sure what the life.
Grabs her literally like by the shirt and like, I mean, pulls you right the fuck in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you almost feel like if he pushes into your ribs, he's going to puncture your skin.
Oh, well, she just, the kind of, the cursory kind of, not flinch, but the more, the, like, the instinct reaction of being grabbed. The arms kind of space outwards, just like ready to react, but she doesn't.
The eyes go bug-eyed. Of course you don't. You don't know the life, the outlaw life, girl. What it means to really live.
I'm afraid I don't, Ryan.
No, not yet you don't. But you will be. If I have anything to do with it.
Well, considering what I'm hearing, it looks like you already have had a hand in this.
Oh, I did. Oh, I fucking did. I mean, he lets go and you nearly like flop to the fucking floor. It's that level of force. You know what I mean?
Can I roll something to try and stay on my feet?
No. He's got a high strength score, man. You nearly go flying.
Yep, she drops down. The kind of the boom. It's like she hits the ground. They're kind of rolling off her bum onto the back of her spine a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the way over, but just enough to be like, I can't get straight back on my feet. Kind of jump up, so she has to kind of like roll to the right and push herself up. No, stands up, rolls the right shoulder a bit, and just turns and looks at him.
So, Juno Trimbenson, do you think you're able for that?
I believe that's what we're here to find out, Raya.
Ah, a smart reply. Thinking using wit. That's the end of his Harley and opens up one of the back bags. Your challenge is simple. I want you to get me something.
I hope something in particular, Ryan.
It's a very old thing. I don't know where it is. At least that's where I remember not putting it anyway. It's an old war banner from when the Get first came here and conquered the land. No one knows where it is. And some people do, but some people aren't willing to relinquish it. And let's just say certain things are not willing to relinquish it. You're to go get it back.
Nods.
It'll be somewhere in the Umbra, but I suspect you can handle that.
Like I said, we'll find out, Ryan.
Well, if you die, then die an outlaw and go to Valhalla with some level of dignity.
That's the plan, Ryan.
You're to remain here. No leaving. Or I'll know. Oh, I'll know. Bug-eyed. Stare.
I'm sure you will, Ryan, but can you define here?
In the cairn. Can't go home.
Nods.
Oh, no, you gotta breathe it. Oh, yeah. Gotta feel it! You know, like grabs her by the fucking collar and lifts her up.
Yeah, she does kind of jump at that one as he heightens volume. She's like, "Ugh."
You gotta feel it in your heart. In the earth and the bones. Gotta feel life.
But of course, Ryan. Can you put me down, please?
I mean, you're fucking dangling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like, put me down, please.
Drop.
I'm assuming drops to like
Knee.
a sack of shit. onto
Yeah,
a knee.
pretty much. Yeah.
Pulls herself back up.
You can ask anyone here for help. Not outside. I twitch.
Alright. No outsiders. Understood.
No. They only bring trouble, you see. Taps the side of his head.
Then what does that make me, Ryan?
Oh, well, we'll find that out, won't we?
So, question, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. He just nods.
What exactly does this war banner look like?
Got the symbol on the clans on it. One of the older ones. My one. You know what I mean? Bashes his chest. You hear like the rocket go off essentially. Like a Carlo. Actually, no, sorry. Iverson. Proud. Old. Can be a thing to unite us or break us.
Smirks a bit. And where did you last leave it, Ryan?
Oh, well, I saw it. Thought out in the Umbra. There were some things there that took it. I've been looking for it for a while. Some things reminded us all of the past. So I figured I could go and get it. I could get it easily and I'd fucking win. Grabs her again by the fucking jacket, lifting her up.
Again, like not so much of a flinch, kind of like, yep, okay, this is happening again.
But where'd be this lesson in that for you?
I totally agree, Ryan.
Shakes. So your head kind of rocket backs and forth. Yeah. where it'll be the lesson. So I want you to go there. I want you to handle the thing that we done. You bring it back for all of us, you throw.
Again, lands on her ass, rolls back a bit. Sure, right. Let's see if I can do that.
Climbs on the Harley, and it revs and you know what I mean? Good. Go handle it. Drives away into the kind of narrow road, essentially.
Just kind of watches him as she's lying on the ground. Just watches him drive off. And it's like, oh, that just happened. What? But she'll, pull herself up, dust herself off a bit, and she'll kind of look around as who was watching that.
If some people were watching, kind of amused. The woman with the scars just fucking stares at you, like, you know, it's like, And another one of the guys just standing by one of the fires chuckles a bit, and you see, that's about it. One of the other fellas who was with one of the tall fellows with long hair has gone off, and well, you don't know where Maria is.
So who's still kind of looking at me then?
One with the scars and the kind of younger one with the kind of big, long, fucking big, powerfully built. You know what I mean? He's about 6'6", and he's built like a fucking brick shit house.
Is that the one with the long brown hair?
Yeah.
Just because I'm trying to think of which picture it was without being meta. And saying, is that guy?
Yeah, it's that guy. I actually forgot to reveal one to you. Oopsie daisy. 1 minute.
Good. Oh yes, her. She's the one that's looking at me. I know that.
Yeah.
But is it I'm assuming it's the Clear that's looking at me.
Yeah. With this amused chuckle on his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's laughing at her essentially. He'll get a stare, but not the kind of like "I fuck you" stare. This is the kind of like the look of and like the little smirk on it. Like she'll make her way over to him.
You come over to him. He's again powerfully fucking built. You know what I mean? He is fuck me. You know what I mean? Hello there. Walks over, clamps you with a handshake that nearly crushes your fucking hand.
She takes it, stamina forward. It's like, yep.
His hand, he's covered in battle scars from like even up his arms. You know what I mean?
Evening.
Hello there, Yoff. What a pleasure it is to see you. Shake, 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 shake.
It just kind of looks him up and down. Looks up, more up than down, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the pleasure's all mine.
Oh yes. Ulf of Doomclaw Horkson. Get a Fenris shake. He doesn't let go of your fucking hand at all.
Oh no! Just assuming while he's saying this, he's just violently shaking her arm.
Yeah, pretty much. Rune Cleith. Oh, it's a pleasure to you know what I mean?
I'm like, yes, this ow. If I like basically if she wasn't physical primary, her arm would probably be dislocated by now.
I mean, even now it's coming close, man.
Like, that's what I mean. It's close, but it's not all the way yet. So it's just like, yeah, no. She's just like, as he's doing it, she'll like smile. Of course, you've already heard my name, but
oh yes, I have. Oh, that's called. You know what I mean? Good old Trimblinson. It's been a long time since we've had a Trimblinson out here, apart from our good old fucking Alpha.
Really?
Oh, the last Trimblinson, apparently, according to my sister here, was a Ragabash.
Ragabash. Yeah, does he sit back down or what? Does he just stand there?
No, he just stands there, picks up a beer, like half downs it.
She can like the half smirk of he's pretty fun. Ragabash, you say?
No, I.
Might I inquire which one?
Yells across the fucking, like, I mean, it's a very short distance, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Howdy! Like, you're near deafened. The scared woman looks up and, like, shouts, "Which Ragamuffin was here?" Everyone kind of looks at him, like, even the kinfolk, like, jump about a mile. And she just says very quietly, "Lena, brother." Turns and slaps her on the Juno on the shoulder. Like, nearly, I mean, again, it's stronger than Cold Harbor, but he doesn't mean it with any type of force. So, but still, like, my God.
Oh yeah, the kind of the step of balance. Like I need. Yep. Let's put that there so I don't fall on my ass.
Lena! He notices proudly, as if he's just discovered it himself.
She smiles at that. Oh, I didn't even think she got out much.
Oh, she gets out all right.
Really?
Well, from what my fucking sister says, she saw her when she first came, got her agent challenge here.
Oh. Kind of like, oh, that's interesting. It's really interesting, but I didn't know she came to so close to home.
Ah, well, this is another glory day. Slaps her fucking shoulder. I mean, Juno, you're like, please stop doing that. You know what I mean?
It's just like, ow, that's okay. Just let him have his fun.
Back when the greatest pack were formed. Growl.
The greatest pack.
Oh, yeah. They worship Fenrir itself.
Really?
That gun, I mean, that dings in the back of your fucking head.
Oh
Juno.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
boom.
She knows. She knows. But she's just like, really?
Oh, yeah. Proper war. They even had a stag and she could fight. That's what I live for. I live for, like taps your shoulders as if you were his bro. You know what I mean?
It's like,
If
yeah.
you get it.
Oh
You
yeah.
totally get it.
Oh yeah. She gets it. And she's kind of like the smile broadens. And what pack was this?
Oh, I can't remember their name. It's not important
Can't
anymore.
remember the names.
I know who was in it, but I have no time for remembering. You know what I do have time for, though? Leans right in.
What's that? Leans in.
War. Vibrates.
Well, I think we've all got a bit of time for war now, don't we?
Stares at her right in the face. Do you? Do you really?
Well, I wouldn't be Fenrir otherwise now, would I, Ulf?
Now you're a herald of the wolf, alright? Punch.
Like, proper punch or what?
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
I'm not going to roll because, actually, fuck it, I will roll because he will.
Because I want to roll because she wants to either just kind of catch it or just kind of like move to the side. It's like, yeah, I saw that coming.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. What?
Ready for the Doomclaw right hook?
Can I Dex Athletics that?
You can try.
I could try. Well, that's warming. What is it?
He has 5 successes.
All right. Take 2 off that.
Okay. No, it's only 1 bashing, but my God, is he fucking fast and powerful? Just,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
And she'll soak it.
It's only just a 1 anyway.
Oh, she won't.
Oh, she won't. Ow! Fuck! You know what I mean?
No, he goes for the right hook. He cracks her straight across the jaw. You even hears the resounding crack. The head her head stays twisted to the side. The right hook turns twisted to the left, and she just turns back and just grins at him.
You see, I fooled you. I knew what the pack was all along. Wolf is a clever man.
Oh, yeah, totally. Had me fooled right from the start.
Looks at her right in the eyes, as if he's assessing you, as if you're telling him some great deceiver story.
Smiles.
You know what, Juno? I like you. You get it.
That's good. You're not too bad yourself, Wolf.
Ulf is a good man. Now I must pray. You know, like I mean, you almost like the loudness of his voice. You're almost like rocking it back, even by how loud he is.
Yeah, it's kind of like the full breath of this man hits her in the face. Though the meat and whatever he's been eating, it's like, oh, yeah, sure.
Stands up to his full height and begins to walk towards a small little alcove where you see that's a fucking Fenrir shrine.
Yeah, she'll watch him.
He kneels down, you know, strips off his shirt dramatically, you know, in front of it, and cross-legged. I mean, he's covered in scars and tattoos, and you're like, this guy's a cleith. You know what I mean?
Yep. She's like, whoa.
Kneels down in front of it and just meditates incredibly calmly. It's like, what? You know what I mean?
She's like, him. I like him. And she'll turn and look at the person who he regarded as his sister.
Stares at you, stares at him, stares at you.
Looks at him, looks at her.
She continues sharpening her axe.
And she'll make her way over to the sister then, since she's really the only person that's kind of still around here.
Mm-hmm. You walk up and you hear the ching, ching, ching. You know what I mean? Kind of dips it. It's like a small forge, essentially.
Yeah.
You look up. Again, she's kind of half missing an eye. You can, it's still there, but like something just literally crawled right across her face. You know what I mean?
Totally. And she doesn't like looks at her. Does she say anything at all, or as she's on the way up or not?
She head tilts. Rank.
Cleith.
Foster.
Again, kneels, throws the head back.
Hildy. Shattered Ice. Horkson. Paradox. Get a Fenris. Foster.
Juno the Blood Call Trimbuson. Get a Fenris Hamid. Ragabash. Cleith.
You're the one who came. Oh, they sent a Trimminson. She just grinned to herself. She sharpens her axe again.
Though it's still on the ground with the head kind of thrown backwards a bit.
You can rise, Juno. Don't worry, I'm not my brother.
To keep things formal, right?
Better that way. It's the only way.
It's the best way, right?
The Silver Fangs may have their etiquette, but we Fenrir show respect to others.
Just nods, like, yes. Like the respectful, like, no, the nod of, yeah, totally. I get it.
So, you got your challenge?
Indeed, I do, Raya. I was wondering if you could, hopefully offer some assistance, at least maybe answer some questions, Raya.
Of course. Anrai, what do you wish to ask of me?
Is there a seat next to her, or?
Yeah. You can tell people come. It's the forge, so people probably come here, sit down, work on things, or ask her to do stuff. Essentially.
Yeah, as you take a seat next to her. Cold Harbor, Raya mentioned a few things. He's looking for something.
And the fucking banner.
I take it you've heard this story before, right?
We all hear the story of the banner of the legendary Horks, and that was placed down here when the Wendigo were shattered beneath our feet.
As you could probably guess, Riot, my challenge has something to do with that.
I suspect it does. He has some notion that he can inspire leadership from us with it.
He might be right.
Judgment intensifies as she starts banging on the fucking axe with the hammer.
So, Raya, he mentioned a few things. I was wondering what exactly do you know about this little banner thing he keeps raving on about?
It's here. Definitely is somewhere, but the forest is old and we've received attacks multiple times from both spirals and, well, pure tribes. This is the war front, essentially. Now, from what he understands and what Sven understands more, there are spirits here that do not let us sleep, do not let us rest. And the banner is tied to that. Now, if he's getting you to get the banner, he means he's not trying to help you make a deal with the spirits. He wants you to take it. Knowing that crazy fuck.
Only fitting for a Ragabash, right?
True. True. But if you wander around the woods long enough, and particularly in the Umbral side, you'll feel it, boy. You'll see it. You'll hear it. There's been death here. A lot of it.
She nods. So what exactly is waiting in those woods, Raya?
It depends on which side you're on.
Which side am I on?
But Tellurian or the Umbra.
Let's start with the Tellurian at least.
Hikers eventually pass by here, but this place is well protected. Few things, nothing of major note. But you do sense something here. It's more of an uneasy presence the deeper you go in. Gee, she looks off the distance, and the woods are light when you arrive, but when you look further down past Maria's hut, there is this dark and gnarled sense of things. It's eerie.
And she looks and clocks it. And Umbra side?
Umbra side, death spirits, tree spirits, spirals some days, and then the spirits of the lost, depending on what time of day you're in. But I'm not the best person to ask about the spirits, at least. Are you looking in her face at all?
Not particularly. No, she's kind of like sat next to her, so she's looking out, talking, like looking over. Probably like looking towards where her brother is sat.
And quietly meditating. Almost
Yeah.
fucking zen. It's kind of like, you're like, what in the fuck?
Oh, yeah, no, he's got his Zen on. She's like, hey, fucking leave him to it. That's his shindig. I ain't getting involved in that. No, she's not really looking at her. No, she's in her peripheral vision, so she knows when she's speaking and moving and such, but she nods. No, unless there is that sheer amount of spirits, I will have to go have a word with a theurge, I think.
He could probably give you something at least. My advice is, we've done a lot of things for the glory of Fenrir, but we've done a lot of wrongs. If you're going to try and take the banner, put the spirits to rest at least. Or figure out a way to do it.
Advice taken, Raya.
Nods, bang, bang, bang. She sharpens the axe and you hear she throws it into the water to cool down, essentially.
She, as that dunks it in the water as it hisses, she'll get a cursory glance towards it.
It's fine steel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, just kind of like looks at it and says, that made a noise, look. But she doesn't look, she doesn't look upwards towards her. She's spotted the scars there.
It's whatever hit her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, not looking. not looking, and she'll just kind of look, kind of through the midsection, like not looking at it, but kind of like gazing towards it. And what of Cold Harbor himself, Ryan?
Hmm?
Well, I'm guessing there's a few stories about him at least.
Wild and unpredictable. The outlaw life. An older breed. Ferocious, but an old breed. Believes in the old ways.
She
My
knows.
brother Hero worships him. And your father.
That gets a look upwards.
Do you look at her face at all? This is very important.
It's like she knows rank, so she doesn't look in the eyes, but the kind of the cursory glance of like, no, her father. Oh, no, that had like attention.
She passes. But you do see in the good eye, there's a twitch of eye when you look at her face. It's there.
Oh yeah, she looks up, sees the twitch, looks down again. He mentioned the pack.
Of course he did. He worships them all. The Heralds of the Wolf. Fine pack that worship Fenrir. And into the ball, mostly dying because of it.
It is what Fenrir asks of us.
Fenrir asks us to endure, not to die willingly. Stare.
Not willingly, but honorably. Raya.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Willpower? Might. Don't close! Juno,
Mm-hmm.
remember how you were sitting down?
Guess what?
No. Like she's holding you over the hot iron, essentially. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Grapple.
And she takes
Is that
it.
what they tell you? Is that what they tell you when you dream at night?
No, Raya.
Do you sit there? Do you sit there worshipping them, living for them, and for what? They're not coming back, are they?
No, Raya.
So don't tell me about dying honorably. You don't. It's never honorable. It's in the shit and the piss and the mud. But you endure.
That's why a lot of us are still here
Mike
today, Raya.
just throws her off essentially and goes in deeper into the forge.
Kind of, stumbles back a bit as I'm assuming pretty heavily throws her off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she'll as she walks into the forge, and she'll just begin to walk out.
Yeah, you just hear the angry banging of metal on the hammer essentially.
And is Ulf still at his zen?
He stands up eventually and then said this. You know what I mean? As if the whole world is now. You know what I mean?
Totally. She just looks at him, raises an eyebrow as he stands up.
I'll get him now in a second. One minute. My eye cam's just being stupid. Turns. Come on. Slowly. Hello.
Evening.
No, it's not even yet. That's when the fight comes.
I look forward to it.
Yes. That's when the Claw of Doom is ready and waiting.
I can't wait to see it. But Ulf, do you mind pointing me in that direction? Do you mind pointing me in the direction of a theurge?
Ha! Let's have this snort. The weak bone theurge is out in the woods somewhere, talking to his trees and gathering his bones.
Thank you, Ulf.
You probably have to go to the Umbra, but
I'll take a look. And actually,
nods.
I want to make a roll, Torna.
Sure.
Perception primal urge.
Okay.
If this guy's got any pure breed on him.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay.
Well, that's 3.
4.
4 pure breed Fenrir.
Yep.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, she just smiles at him.
Oh yeah, no, he's the real deal. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, totally. No, she just smiles like, yeah.
I mean, nods.
Oh. Hopefully I'll see you later then.
Oh, don't you worry, little Ragabash. Oh, you will.
And she'll kind of give him a smirk and pull out a cigarette and put one in her mouth and start walking towards the woods.
And you pitter-patter in. Give me another primal urge roll as you're wandering around the woods.
Perception primal urge?
Yes.
That's 2.
You do feel that unease. It's like something is watching you, judging you, pressing down on you. The wood narrows and turns, and it just feels off.
Yeah, the drags on the cigarette become heavier and heavier as she walks through the woods, and she will make her way in a bit and it's kind of looking for the theurge, and after not even seeing any sign, presumably will shift over to the Umbra.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that roll. It's 4 out here. It's diff 5 out here. It's diff 5. It's diff 5 out in the woods.
Diff 5. My gnosis is 3. Let's fucking hope this works. Yeah.
Yeah, you're over.
So she goes over, and what do I see, Torna?
You see a lot of death spirits wandering around. A lot of tree spirits. Lots of various animal spirits, ravens, bit of wolves, bit of bear. You see a bear as well. You're like, whoa, you know what I mean? And then you see out in the top of one of the umble trees, sitting up there with bits of ice flecking off him, is a hooded figure.
And she'll kind of make her way to the bottom of the tree, very sad, looking upwards.
You can see him in full with hooded, big, thick fucking beard. You know what I mean?
And does he look down at all, or?
He eventually looks down. He looks like he was looking out at something, and then looks down at you.
How high up is he? Because this.
I'd say he's pretty high up. You could climb there. He's just high up. He looks like he's almost perched, like a crow essentially.
She looks up at him. Does he look like he's plans on moving anytime soon or not?
And you're like, you are a thing I have not seen before. You know what I mean?
it just gives him the kind of cursory, like the one hand movement, like wave, like yo.
Stares at her like you are still like you are a thing I have not seen before. Stare.
You want me to come up, or are you coming down?
It's often better to come up. Coming down takes time, and I'll miss it if I jump down.
She nods and yeah, she'll begin climbing this tree.
Give me a dex athletics roll. And here the mighty Juno is conquered by a tree.
Probably. Oh god, there we go. This will be interesting. Dex athletics.
Oh god, don't botch.
Please don't botch. Please, Juno, don't make a dick of yourself in front of the theurge. Well, that's a success, so,
I mean, you were just underestimating how fucking steep this is. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, fuck
you know
me.
what,
You know
Tawana?
as you're climbing
No,
up.
she wasn't. She was just looking at it like, I fucking hate trees. Fucking hate
Fuck
trees.
you, nature.
And she just kind of like, it takes a minute to be like, all right, I need to get up. And this is an umbral trick. There's no grooves. There's no fucking grooves. There's no grooves. Just kind of like you see the thought process going through her head. It's like, how the fuck am I going to do this? And eventually, she just kind of goes for the whole. I'm just gonna grab it and grip it as hard as I can. Hope I fucking stay on. To some avail, it kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll very slowly make her way up the tree.
You do. You get to a small little indent he has there, and he's sitting there watching.
She'll take a seat on like one of the branches that he's on, or at least one near it.
Looks over his shoulder at her. Hello.
Hi.
Who are you?
Do you know Blood Carl Trimbenson?
Oh, I see.
And yourself?
Sven.
You don't mind me asking, Sven, what is your rank?
Oh, Sven Carlo Biting Winds. Foston get a Fenris the Urge.
And she kind of positions herself a bit. And
Don't bother doing the throat, you'll fall off the tree and we'll have to do this all over again.
thank you, Ryan.
Rubs his beard. Big and thick.
If I might ask, Ryan, what are you looking for?
I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for?
The dead often come out and wander and do battle. I like to watch. But I never go there. It's not good to dwell amongst the dead sometimes. He sent you to look for the mighty banner, has he?
Yeah. The banner.
It's in the dead wood.
Is that where this battle happens?
It's aftermath of the battle is in the far plain.
Odds. Do you know where it is in there, or just that it's in there?
I might not. Rubs his beard.
Of course, that'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I'm glad.
Everything is too easy these days. Again, you notice he's almost like he's part of the tree.
And she kind of finally clocks that. It's like, oh, right. And just kind of looks back to him and steadies herself on the branch again. So this battle. Do you know which one it is, or is it just a battle?
It's one where they, old as time, where they spilled the blood of many Guy and Guru for each other for conquest and glory.
Hmm.
But the dreams of the people have been haunted. I keep seeing the banner.
They keep seeing the banner.
Night after night, the woods grow darker and darker and colder and colder. The trees know, girl. The dead no further.
Mm-hmm. So this battle. Why does it keep happening?
Because many Guru died and sins were committed. Spirits do not rest. No.
What sins?
Blood and no mercy. Kinfolk killed. Honorable Guru surrendering butchered, and all in the name of blood and glory. The dead know. They tell me. They sing such sad songs as the battle rages.
Hmm. Has anyone ever been down to the battle, or is it just...
Few people, but they always come back even worse than before. Most don't ask my advice, but most want to see it for themselves.
Well, hopefully I'm not most.
I don't know.
I wasn't planning on being as direct, but I guess I will then.
Rubs beard.
How long have you actually seen this battle? How many times?
We've been here for 3 years and I've seen it every night.
Does it always end in the same way?
Mostly. Sometimes it's too unbearable to watch and I look away. Trees get upset, you know.
Suppose they don't like seeing it either.
They've seen it from time immemorial, girl. Time immemorial.
Does it always start the same way?
There's fires and blood, and the howls in the night. But you cannot hear them. You can only see them. See them like a death approaching on a wave. The tree shudders when he raises his voice.
Juno clings on for dear life.
Like a wave! The tree's just shuddering, you know what I mean?
Juno is clamping.
Roll me Dex Athletics.
Oh, God. Come on, Juno. He clamps.
She's like,
It's like, this is my treat. Like, you know, like a cat that's kind of been dipped in water. The claws have come out. It's like, yeah, no, not letting go. So, pulls her fingers out the tree, just like, yeah, ow. Does the banner only appear during the fight?
Oh, it's there, the ghostly apparition of it, swathering around in death.
And the actual banner?
Well, we have not seen it, but we know it's there! Branches shudders.
Tuna's grip tightens.
The trees know, you know.
They know where it is.
No, they know what it looks like. Trees don't know what a banner is, girl.
No.
They only know it is cloth and weave. I mean, the trees know, though.
But the trees speak.
Oh, they do. He's telling me right now.
The tree's so old. They probably know exactly where it is.
Maybe if they remember. But when you're so old, the muddled brain of something inconsequential as one of us is nothing but a blip in the snake of a lifetime.
Understandable, of course.
Nods sagely. The tree almost seems to nod with him.
So, Sven, what would your advice be for someone who has to go down?
Learn to accept the past for what it is.
She nods. Learn to accept the past for what it is.
He just closes his eyes as he just kind of closes his eyes then. He doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything else. He kind of like the dismissive kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna rest now. She's like, right.
You get the impression, I am now one with the tree, you know?
I am now Treebeard.
Yeah, essentially that is exactly what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
She just kind of nods. Thank you for the advice, Ryan.
Leave me, girl. Now I must commune with the blood and the earth and the trees.
Of course, Ryan. Looks down. How far is it?
Fucking high.
All right. How high?
High, like fucking a good few foot. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's big. It's a big ass fucking tree.
Yeah. All right. I was going to say, because this is kind of because she doesn't like climbing per se, so it's kind of if I could just jump and that's with a.
You will hurt yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pain will come.
Yes. Pain comes to you, child.
For you didn't listen to the tree. Yeah, pretty much.
And she'll start gingerly crawling down the tree.
Give me dex athletics.
Oh God! Please don't fall. That's all right. I'll take it.
Yeah, you kind of make your way awkwardly down. You slip a few times and you catch onto the branch. You're like, oh.
When she gets like a good 10 feet, she doesn't even care. She'll just take it. Superhero landing.
Yeah, it feels fucking sore. But oh God, and he's just up there meditating with the tree.
All right, and yeah, she. And I know where this deadwood is, right? Yeah, I could see
can
it.
see it. Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it.
Begin advancing towards it.
Yep. Slowly.
Slowly, you begin to pace away, and as you do, the heavier footsteps, the wood and the spirits go silent. It's almost in this. You can hear this ghostly humming. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Male chorus almost humming in the wind. And eventually, I need you to make me a willpower roll.
Oh god.
Difficulty 7.
2 successes.
Okay, you keep walking. But you do feel the weight, the barching of drums, the do-do, 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 you know what I mean? You don't see anything, but you hear the clashing, the screeching. You know what a battle sounds like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you look over your shoulder and you see figures like this watching you.
She kind of the few cursory like flinches as the clashing of swords sounds right in front of her face. The screams and blood, the bones cracking all around her, the war cries of many clashing into each other. She manages to drain it out, keeping that kind of not stoic but more reserved posture about her. She walks through and she'll clock onto them and she'll stare at them for a second.
Faces.
They what?
They seem to be walking through this empty battlefield.
They're going through it too. Donna!
Ah!
Donna!
They seem to be following you along the battlefield. 3 of them.
And when she stops and looks at them, what do they do?
They stop and look at you. Like almost mimicking the picture I have. They're all covered in war wounds. Like one of them has a vicious claw mark through his neck. The other is missing an arm. The other is, you reckon he would be split in half if it was real life. You know what I mean?
She kind of straightens her back a bit and kind of narrows her eyes to them.
Roll me willpower.
Oh god.
Difficulty 8.
A bit like this dice pool. 1 success.
You see a ghostly apparition. You hear your father's voice and clashing of metal and claw and screams.
She hears whose voice?
Your father's.
What? Saying anything or just shouting?
Shouting and screaming, these death cries, you know? War cries and screeches of pain and battle fury. This ghostly chorus just seems to follow you around, you know?
And just gonna try and see if she can spot anything about this banner. Just kind of looking around. Like, looking
You don't
for
see
detail.
anything. Okay. But what you do see is that. A ghostly apparition of it. Walking in the battlefield.
Yeah, as she sees it, like it's kind of the nervous like jump, like the glance of fuck. She kind of like even the if anyone was watching, they could see like the legs kind of the feet shift, almost ready for the fight or flight kind of instinct to kick in. But as it kind of like ticks in her head that it's not actually there, at least she doesn't think it's there anyway.
Like this thing passes through you, you know, it's the strangest sensation. You're like, oh. She's carrying somebody. She's carrying somebody. This lifeless corpse. And her face is freshly scarred.
She relaxes a bit. Still look around. So, making our way not deeper, but kind of like, you know, like walking along the edge.
Roll me another willpower.
Oh god. Nope.
These figures then literally absorb into you, Juno. You feel them like reach out and they run down and they're too fast. And they just extend into you as you see these horrific sights of battle, of death, of them being executed. And all the last thing you see, just as the scene will end, is that banner and the blood of death and fury. As a beast snarls right in front of your face. And there is where this first part of the Fostering Challenge will end.